Hello, and welcome to the third update video for Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition. In this video, we have a lot of new and exciting updates to go over, ranging from the fonts, flashlight, controllers, and much more. Also, at the end of this video, we'll answer a few of the most frequently asked questions about the project, so stay tuned until the end. So let's waste no more time and get right into it. For this update, you will need to download the latest version of the following fix packages: the Silent Hill 2 Enhancements mod, the Enhanced Edition Essential Files, XInput Plus, and ReShade. You can download the latest version of these packages by visiting the Enhanced Edition installation guide. Click on the appropriate packages install step, download the package, and replace any files within the game's directory if prompted. Download links for the latest updated fix packages will also be in the video description below. It's important to note that the button assignments for XInput Plus has changed with this update. So if you were using XInput Plus prior, you will need to go back into the game's options menu and reassign your game's function inputs, as they most likely have been changed when updating to this version of XInput Plus. The purpose for this change is cross-compatibility. With this XInput Plus update, you can play the game using an Xbox controller, or play the game using a PlayStation or generic PC controller, and the button assignments in-game will be the same between the gamepads. You should no longer have to change button assignments if you change gamepads after this XInput Plus update. And while we're on the subject, the installation guide has also received an update. The install guide has been simplified to make the steps easier for people to read and understand. The changelog on the installation guide now features a table showing when the fix package has been updated. This will allow you to easily see when an update has occurred and for which package, so you know what to download at a glance. For this update, you will need to download the latest version of the following packages to experience the newest update for Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition. So to start things off, the Enhanced Edition now features high-resolution fonts. This enhancement adds a gorgeous, fresh coat of paint to Silent Hill 2 that not only looks great, but helps improve user experience by making text more legible in-game. Any and all areas that displays live text will benefit from this improvement. Additionally, the multi-language Director's Cut executable is fully compatible with this enhancement. English, Spanish, French, German, and Italian text all display correctly and without issue. A new mod called PS2 Flashlight Brightness improves the rendering of the flashlight. The PC version already benefits from per-pixel lighting to make perfectly round lighting effects for the flashlight. However, the flashlight on the vanilla PC version was overall too bright. The PS2 Flashlight Brightness mod reduces a flashlight's intensity for environments, but keeps enemies, NPCs, and items bright like how they would look on the PlayStation 2 version. It's amazing the effect this mod has on the tone and atmosphere of the game. Bumping down the flashlight's intensity against the environment really restores some of the creep factor this game has to offer. Not only that, but by reducing the environment's brightness when using a flashlight, it also fixes other visual bugs in relation to the flashlight. For example, notice here how Pyramid Head doesn't smoothly fade to and from his red glow when toggling the flashlight on him. With the PS2 Flashlight Brightness mod, this issue is fully fixed. Likewise, certain areas in the game, such as the Metal Cube Room and the Darkness Store, would use per-vertex flashlight lighting in the vanilla PC version. This mod also restores per-pixel lighting for these areas. This mod also properly restores lighting conditions for Woodside Apartment Room 205 before acquiring the flashlight. The surprise scare of the mannequin coming to life is no longer ruined by improper lighting values here. And on the topic of the flashlight, there was another NVIDIA-specific bug hiding under our noses that we didn't catch right away. With this update, we've restored the brightness of the glow around James's flashlight lens for NVIDIA users. Keeping up with the discussion of lighting, we fixed bug lighting transition areas throughout the game. The most prominent area of this is when you walk through the bedroom of Blue Creek Apartment Room 203. Notice how James goes from fully lit to instantly dark around this point. There are a few other areas in the game that experience this bug. The lighting transition fix alleviates this issue by restoring proper lighting values. But wait, we're not done talking about lighting just yet. A bad vertex shader code improperly darkened the halogen lights next to the prison bug room and the windows during the Pyramid Head apartment boss fight. By correcting this vertex shader, the halogen lights and windows properly illuminate once more. You can now save your game progress if Silent Hill 2 PC is installed on a hard drive larger than 2 terabytes. This issue is not unique to this game, but a limitation of most 32-bit PC games that were released in the early 2000s. And rejoice controller users, as controller vibration is now restored for both direct input and XInput based controllers. Xbox 360, Xbox One, and most generic PC gamepads will rumble once more while playing Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition. The D-pad for direct input gamepads, such as the PlayStation DualShock and generic PC controllers, will act as an additional movement pad without having to use separate, external third-party launch software anymore. Simply put, controller support is now plug-and-play for the game. The North American executable for the game now has all language selections unlocked. English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish text and subtitles can now be used when playing on the North American executable. Additionally, the PC pause menu text will be correctly translated to the selected language while using this executable. In the previous update video, we discussed how we removed the solid black box behind the door Angela opens in the Labyrinth Flesh Room. This box was added in by Team Silent for the Xbox release to hide an incorrectly exposed piston that can be seen in the PlayStation 2 version. We've modified the piston tube to fully hide it without needing to use the solid black box to cover it up anymore. However, the movable part of the piston could still be seen after removing the black box while the cutscene played out. With this update, we have now also hidden the movable piston while the camera is at this angle during the cutscene. Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition is the only version to fully rectify this issue. We've restored proper visuals for all water textures throughout the game. And in one area, we've adjusted the stretching of the water texture to hide noticeable seams where the texture repeats itself, which affects all other versions of the game. We fixed an issue in the Labyrinth hallway where, right before meeting Maria in her jail cell, a chunk of the water geometry would not load in until James got fairly close to it. This issue affects all other versions of the game. We fixed an issue where certain pieces of the hanging meat would sporadically appear and disappear during the Eddie boss fight cutscene when playing in a widescreen aspect ratio.
I have a hard time playing football on what's left of that knee.
You think it's okay to kill people? You need help, Eddie.
Don't get all holy on me, James. This town called you too. You and me are the same. We're not like other people. Don't you know that? Let's party!
We fixed an issue where Pyramid Head's attack animation would never correctly sync with the rest of the cutscene that plays out during the hospital chase sequence. Every time you play the game and initiate this cutscene, the point in which Pyramid Head's attack animation would incorrectly start or freeze altogether would be different each time. It looks pretty silly, right? What's even worse is that this issue affects all other versions of the game. With the HospitalChaseFix mod, Pyramid Head's attack will always correctly sync with the rest of the cutscene now. Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition is the only version to fully rectify this issue. The annoying shadow flicker you see while one of the most important cutscenes play out has been fixed.
Laura, I'm sorry.
The Pyramid Head closet cutscene has also been improved upon. Before, when playing in a widescreen aspect ratio, the right side of the screen was incorrectly blurred. This issue is now resolved. Additionally, we've darkened the closet bars for this cutscene, and also increased the blur intensity behind the closet bars to match the PlayStation 2 version. We've adjusted the fog parameters for certain areas of the game. In Blue Creek Apartment Room 209, if you stand near the balcony and look back into this room, you'll see a light gray fog boundary that shouldn't be in here. It's more noticeable if you turn off your flashlight. This fix adjusts the fog boundaries for this room to alleviate the issue. Additionally, near the end of this cutscene where you meet Angela in the apartments, you can notice that the floor beyond the open door abruptly ends into nothingness. This is more noticeable on LCD screens. We've adjusted the fog parameters here as well to fade the floor texture out to black. These issues affect all other versions of the game. We improved the butterfly texture for the dynamic, movable butterflies. Before, the PC version reduced the alpha channel of this texture to 1 bit. This resulted in blocky, jaggy looking butterflies. The alpha channels have been properly restored to bring the visuals of the butterflies back to their former glory. We removed a small, solid white line that runs along the texture of the begin-in bathroom pipe. This issue affects all other versions of the game. We've modified the geometry of the begin-in bathroom's toilet. Before, the undersides of these toilets used large, chunky rectangular shapes in their geometry. We've rounded out the bottom of these toilets to make them look real-world accurate and improve the visual presentation of the game when playing in widescreen aspect ratios during the opening cutscene. We've added geometry to the lamp in Mary and James's bedroom. Before, the lampshade for this lamp was magically floating in thin air. We've added a light bulb and metal wiring to correctly hold this lampshade up. This issue affects all other versions of the game. And that about wraps it up for what's new with the latest update for Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition. This update is now available to download for you to experience these improvements for yourself. The links and information about these downloads will be in the video description below. Lastly, I'd like to end this update video answering a few of the more common questions we receive for this project. So to start, is the team planning on making the main menu, save screen, and maps display properly in widescreen? Yes, we plan to do this and hope to make this our next major mod for the game. We've done some very early preliminary tests and the initial results do look promising. More testing needs to be done, but we hope to get rid of that low-res, crusty-looking main menu and save screen soon, along with proper map display. Is the team planning on using AI neural networking to enhance the texture details of the game, like what many other older games are doing? Yes and no. We don't have any plans at this time to enhance every texture of the game. However, We would like to use neural networking to enhance the full screen images of the game. This will coincide with the previous question of making the game display full screen images correctly while in widescreen. The full screen images are just that, images that take up the whole screen. So think of the main menu, save screen, maps, memo images, etc. Is the team planning on restoring post-processing effects like the depth of field effect that's used in the beginning bathroom cutscene, or the motion blur that's used in other cutscenes? We would definitely like to restore this, but we haven't looked into it much yet due to other fixes and milestones that we'd like to achieve first. But rest assured, we are aware of this. And did you know? The PC version actually has these effects retained, but they're severely toned down to the point where you would almost think they don't even exist. We think these effects were dialed back to accommodate the weak GPUs of the early 2000s. Is the team planning on implementing soft shadows for the game? We'd very much like to do this, but unfortunately no one on our team has the skill set or knowledge to implement soft shadows. If you or a friend you know has experience in reverse engineering PC games and working with the DirectX 8 and 9 APIs, and would like to join our team to help us with implementing soft shadows, please do reach out to us. You can create a thread on our GitHub project page to contact team members. The Enhanced Edition team hopes you enjoy the newest update to Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition. And until the next video update, we will see you around in the foggy town of Silent Hill.